Hello everyone. The next thing I would like to talk about is Sniper Elite 5. It is making the Sniper Elite franchise is making a return on the 26th. I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I'll do my best to break it down. Perhaps the most known feature of this is that it will be available on the Gamepass thing day one, which is really great to see. But there's a slight catch to this. It is available on the Game Pass, but only to PC. It's quite odd to see that. I'm disappointed by that because it means that the console players are missing out. My reason for saying that is the exact same argument, reason, or whatever word you wish to use that I gave for Linux. In one of my past recordings, I specifically stated I'm not a fan of Linux, but I recognize that it's better than Windows in a lot of regards. That said, if you don't want to use Linux, that's fine. But do a solid for your fellow gamer and ask for more Linux support, so that if your fellow gamer wants to play on Linux, then they should. It's the exact same logic here. I want console gamers to be able to experience the game as well through the Game Pass. Kind of deviating into the whole thing, I think that the entire idea of a Game Pass or at least a subscription is much better than buying the game itself, because if you run into an RPG like this, Assassin's Creed, or the other things, in my opinion, it's more of a value to do it through a pass and or subscription than it is to straight up buy the game. It's what I did with Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Odyssey. For those two Assassin's Creeds, I did the Ubisoft Plus thing. I think it was like $15 for the month or something like that. But either way, I did the $15 a month, and I beat Valhalla within that month, and then I had plenty of time to go in and do Odyssey. By the time that I was done with both games, I went ahead and canceled the subscription, and it was easily the most valuable $15 ever spent, because I got to play two Assassin's Creeds to where I wanted to, and then uninstall them when I was done. Boom, didn't have to pay much. And so I think that really anything like that is something that should be more common. It's probably the same thing I'm going to do with Sniper Elite 5, because it's not really, at least the past Sniper Elites haven't been long games. So I'll see about doing the Game Pass and do the exact same thing I did with the Assassin's Creed. I'll just play it for the month, cancel the subscription, call it a day. But either way, I was kind of hoping that it would be available to the console players. The next thing I want to talk about is Invasion Mode. Apparently that's a feature coming into 5. I don't think it was present on the past ones. At least I don't recall it being there. So I'm a little uneasy on that one, because it seems like to me that they're trying to pull a Darksouls here, in which you have a player invade your game. And, Sniper Elite really didn't ever have a focus on PvP, so I understand that, there's a need for, trying new things and stuff, but I just don't feel like it's fitting of this particular franchise, the whole PvP element, especially invasions. I think that if you wanted to do PvP, it should be a separate mode for Sniper Elite 5. I really do. But seeing as we're stuck with it, I guess we'll see how it plays out. But if it's going to be anything like Dark Souls, then it's probably going to be more annoying than anything else. We'll see. After that, I do want to talk about the difficulty level. One thing I was noticing from reading and also listening to YouTube videos is that they're increasing the realism of 5 in comparison to the prior Sniper Elites. This is going to include magnification, range, wind drift, and all that stuff. So they're apparently including a lot more than the prior Sniper Elites. And that might be okay, because there is another game that has a similar function as that, and that's going to be Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. I've recommended that game before because I think it's a pretty awesome game, and certainly worth playing if anybody wants to grab it on a Steam sale. But in Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, they did the exact same thing with all of that in terms of getting your magnification, range, and other things down. So I don't see anything wrong with that, but it could potentially turn off other players. Because once you start getting into the super realism stuff, it tends to turn people away because they don't have the patience to deal with that. So because that's in Sniper Elite 5, I am concerned that it is going to be less received than the prior Sniper Elites, is what I'm trying to say here. Personally, me, like I said, it doesn't bother me, but I know it's going to bother other people. So we'll see where that goes. Though, I guess the one saving grace is that this game is available on the pass. So somebody could play it for a month subscription. If they don't like it, just uninstall. I guess that would be at least something that Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts doesn't have. Because Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts is $20 on sale usually. So, yeah, you're eating a full $20 and you have no way to really make it more valuable or have a return of the cost in that scenario. But this, because it's on the pass, maybe it'll be an exception to it. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. I did notice that there's going to be a lot more weapon attachments and a lot more items to find or pick up in the map. That's fine. I understand that there's a desire in the gaming community for, finding stuff like collectibles and things like that. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I think that the attachments themselves might be an issue because Sniper Elite series, at least in general, has done its best to adhere to realism. And so I'm kind of concerned that they might be adding attachments that aren't realistic to World War II. If you think about it, really, the only weapons during World War II that saw mainstream, or at least mass-produced, suppressors is going to be weapons like the Sten. I forget which model. I think it was like Mark III or IV, if I remember right. Those had suppressors built into them. And then you also had, I think it was the Dial carbine or something like that. That one definitely had it. There was also the Enfield Jungle Carbine, which was basically a Enfield that just had a flash suppressor at the end, more or less. And it was bolt action, but that came, I think, later than World War II. I can double check that. So there really isn't that many. And the well rod. I'm sorry. Yeah, the well rod. I almost forgot about that one. The bolt action pistol that was suppressed. So there are certainly examples of suppressors in World War II, but they weren't very common, is the point I'm making here. So I'm thinking that the whole attachment thing will force Sniper Elite 5 to deviate away from that historical focus that the prior Sniper Elites had. That's the point I'm trying to make here. As far as the other features are concerned, like the zipline travel and being able to shimmy on ledges and climb to different areas, I think that's a welcome addition. That's the one thing that I will say is a welcome change from the previous Sniper Elites. Now there's more options in terms of getting to higher ground. There's more options in terms of places to hide or snipe from. So I think that's the only one that I could say is really positive here. Every other feature or addition that has been listed so far is questionable at best to me. But that is the singular one that I can say awesome, positive, nothing bad to say. So, yeah, that's really all I can say on this until either more information is presented or it's released, because there's not really many people talking about Sniper Elite 5. I'm kind of wondering if maybe people aren't aware of it. That's entirely possible. If that's the case, I would hope that my recording kind of helps with alerting people to Sniper Elite 5. But if not, then it is what it is, I guess. Maybe if that fails, then perhaps it being on the Game Pass will help. Because usually the Game Pass has games listed on the front page, so maybe that will help if my recording or other people's recording fails to bring attention to it. I guess we'll see. Until then, thanks for listening.